for the best sports in Lorain. That's TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
Good afternoon and welcome to the TV 20 Roadshow. Jay Ferguson, Joe Bach here at Southview Middle School for middle school football al fresco. In white, it's the Titans from Longhorn versus the Southview Titans in blue. First play of the game, they start right at the 35, is a handoff and not much there for number 34, Dominic Shawver. Stopped by the middle of the Southview defense, which included number 44, Jalon Delane. So it'll be 2nd and 10. There's no kicking in middle school football. Quarterback caught in the backfield as somebody knifed through. Looked like he might have gone the wrong way to begin with. Tackle for a loss is Brian Thomas, and it'll be 3rd and what looks to be 15. My friend Joe Bach is here on top of a ladder.
Got the tallest tripod we had, and yep.
So he can see the lines. I'm ground level, and I'm having trouble seeing the lines. So
pretty accurate there, Jay. It's 3rd and 15, right on the money.
We'll work together. Southview is 1-0 in the city series, defeating Johnny Wilson for the first time. Straight back toss sweep. Not getting around the corner. It looked like there was also a flag.
And a loss of 2. We'll see what the flag is.
Javon Williams, was that? 36. Flag should be for an illegal block, but I think that it'll be declined as Longfellow faces 4th down and 16 or 17, and they bring out the punt team. Now we've got people running all over. Now the hardest part of this is the long snap at this age. In fact, at most any age, as we saw, snap dropped, picked up, punt away. Punt's going to come directly to the sideline, take a bounce for Longfellow across the 50 to the 49. So all in all, not the worst result, as they what looked to be a disaster when the punter had to go down and pick the ball up turns into about a 20-yard net gain on the punt.
Yep.
And Southview will take over 1st and 10 at the 49. Kevin Jackson, 39, is the quarterback. He hands off to 32,
wow.
Who's really smoked in the backfield.
It's a nice hit there by number 34.
Santino Humphrey got a how'd you do.
Sure did.
From number 34, Dominic Shawver, who carried the ball on Longfellow's first play and got the same greeting up the middle. But that was a big hit. Looks like it's going to be a short loss. We'll call it 2nd and 10.
Nice form tackle there.
Motion. Direct snap and a sweep this near side. Stiff arm breaks a tackle and off to the races and into the house is number 39, Kevin Jackson. So 51 yards.
He had some speed there. Once he got to the outside, wasn't too sure nobody was going to catch him, and they didn't.
Really nice use of the stiff arm to get the corner.
And once again, like Jay said, there's no kicking in middle school football, so they'll go for 2.
Yep. Now, this looks like a different formation, straight back, rolling out, and in trouble. That's Lorenzo Orona, quarterback, and he didn't make it, so we'll stay at 6-0 Southview.
And Jay, I think they should kick in the middle school because that's a skill that needs to be honed, especially, we'll attest to that at the high school level. Although this year we've got a great kicker.
We've talked on a couple of the high school broadcasts and between about possibly making a kick worth 2 and a run worth 1.
Yep.
To incentivize kicking. But the problem is, and I don't know how prevalent it is now, but there used to be a lot of middle school fields that didn't have goalposts.
Well, it should be an option available to those.
No, I don't disagree. So Longfellow's second possession, looking to throw and firing one over the middle behind the receiver, flag down on the play. Brian Thomas, the quarterback, threw it intended for Ryan DiBernardo, the wide receiver. Flag at the line. So I'm going to guess it's a motion penalty. I see the signal on Longfellow. Now, once again, you might be wondering where the kickoff went, but we don't kick off during middle school football. And in these kids' lifetime, they won't be kicking off in the NFL either.
That's right.
So it's going to be 5 yards. It's still first down, but 1st and 15. Shotgun formation for Thomas. Straight back wants to throw again. Now he's got to roll out. Stops. He's got a crowd. Got back to about the line of scrimmage when DiBernardo. Nope, wrong 88. I'm sorry. When 88 Lorenzo Arona knocked him for no gain. So it's 2nd and
15.
15?
Yep.
Ish. Okay.
Yep. No gain.
Good handling of the snap, but there's no line movement. Up the middle now, almost breaking a tackle. Is 34. And 34 is Dominic Shawver. He was finished off by 44, Jalon Delane, for the defense. So it's once again 3rd down and long. Give him a gain of 2 and call it 3rd and 13. Direct snap, but it stopped in the backfield. Is number 18, Brandon Smith.
And he lost the 2, so.
Yep, so it'll go back to 4th and 15. I'm watching the young man on the down marker, Joe, and
he's doing an excellent job.
He's doing an excellent job. He's struggling because he's not tall enough to reach the numbers, so he's got to kind of lay it horizontally to change the down every play.
His spots are right on.
But he is right on, yes. Punt formation once again for Longfellow. Looks to be Shawver. Came close to going to one knee, got the punt away. It's picked up on the run. Saving some yardage, but not gaining much, is Raphael Hagler for Southview. And this one again it'll be on the plus side of midfield this time at the 45 of Longfellow. Southview on top, 6-0 early in the first half of this one. Still the first quarter, but obviously we are not in control of the clock. Ball marked ready for play. Southview up to the line for Coach Brian Burge. Good snap back. Arona rolling. Now he's going to bring it down, make a cut. He's got 5. He's got the corner. Puts the head down. He's going to have a first down at about the 35 for a gain. Make it to 30 for a gain of about 15 rather.
And the chains move.
Yep. He showed good patience there,
yeah,
Lorenzo Arona, but didn't have anybody that he felt was open. I'm sure when this airs, Joe, it's going to be a lot clearer with the skill of your video camera than...
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Because we are looking directly into the sun. Arona under center, I formation, turn, toss, sweep. Hagler's got a blocker, gets a block, bounces it, now stops, cuts back, and it's going to result in look, it appears to be a no gain. Good defensive play there by Shawver, 34.
And 36.
34 and 36, Javon Williams. Almost went into math teacher mode and said 34 and 36 is 70. So second down and they're going to give him a short gain.
Call it 9.
Yep. Now Arona back in the gun. A low snap, they run the option near side, he pitches. Jackson, again the near side where he scored earlier, and he's down for a first down inside the 20. Into the Heinz red zone, Joe.
There you go.
Southview already on top. As we said, they are looking to sweep the city series, and for the first time in their existence.
Looking good so far.
Win a mythical city championship. They lead 6-0. Arona goes under center. Jackson behind him. Got a wing on the side is DeJuan Townsend. Arona throws it out that way to Townsend. Townsend turns it up. Nice solid. Oh, he broke that tackle. And he is in for the touchdown.
Nice second effort.
Sure was.
.24. Nice job.
That was a nice job by DeJuan Townsend. So it's 12, and they're looking for 14. As Southview once again will put the ball in the middle of the field and look for the 2-point conversion. A little last word there from Arona to Townsend, so we'll see if we might not see the same play as it's the exact same formation. Nope, they're going to hand it off straight ahead, and Jackson's going to wander into the end zone. And it is 14 for Southview, nothing for Longfellow. It's near the end of the first quarter.
And Jay, we saw a nice variety. We saw some runs, we saw some nice passes up the middle on the sides.
Saw the option.
Yeah, so they're mixing it up.
They're making, really they're teaching kids to play football.
Exactly.
And you know what else I like, Joe, is I like the fact that, the varsity runs everything out of the gun.
Oh, we have a timeout?
We do, and so let's step away, and we'll be back with more after this timeout.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
1st and 10 for Longfellow Middle on the 35 as they take over following the score. Brian Thomas, the quarterback, gets the good snap, gives straight ahead. Good gain on first down of 5 or 6 is Dominic Shawver.
And we'll give him 5.
Give him 5, spot it right on the line. 2nd and 5. Both of these teams, combination 7th and 8th graders. Snap back gives same play, straight ahead for a short gain this time, maybe a yard. 3rd and 4. 14-0 Southview in the blue leads. They've scored each of the first 2 times they've had the ball. Joe, you know, I started to say before we went, there's a whistle. There's the end of the quarter. We've played one at Southview. The Titans of Southview lead 14-0 over Longfellow. Back with more after this.
Copy and paste. There's a lot of hidden dangers out there in cyberspace. Never put your personal information online unless you ask your parents and they say that it's fine. Before you log on, don't be hasty. Please be smart with online safety. Stop and think before your connection. Use these steps for your protection. Online safety. Stop. Think. Connect.
3rd down and 4 for Longfellow as we start the second quarter. They trail 14-0. Brandon Smith, the quarterback, got running backs on either side of him. Snap is high over his head. Shawver's going to go back, pick it up, try to go right with it. Picked up a couple of blockers.
Oh, here we go.
He's got a first down and more. Shawver's off to the races, out of bounds.
Well, that's the most successful play of the game.
Okay, they signal no flags, so they'll cross the 50 with the initial first down of the game for Longfellow is going to be at the 36-yard line of Southview. And that turned out to be a gain of about 25, Joe.
Yeah, a little chaotic, and then caught the defense.
They over-pursued.
Exactly, yep.
And Smith, the quarterback. Williams is on one side, and I can't tell who the running back on the near side is. But it wants to flip it out, tosses it to Williams, cuts it back. He's got some room. He's got a gain of about 7 or 8.
Yeah,
Inside
there.
Yeah, inside the 30 to about the 28. Second and 2.
Of course, we have no rooting interest here.
I'm rooting for the Titans.
That's right. So you'd like to see success on both sides.
Yep.
Good to see Longfellow finally starting to move the ball.
Snap back, give straight ahead. That's Shawver. Shawver met right at the line. I don't think he's going to have much, if anything. Good stick there. 48, Justin Mercado, 7th grader, up to make that tackle. Gain of a yard, we'll call it 3rd and 1. Last 3rd down, play turned into a big one. Longfellow is about at the 27-yard line of Southview. Oops. Whistle. One of the backs started moving before the ball, so that's going to be motion. And instead of 3rd and 1, it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, it's definitely going to change the play calling here for Longfellow.
I wonder if they'll run the snap it over his head play again.
Yeah, it was pretty successful.
It did work.
What did that gain, Jay? 20, 25?
25 yards.
25.
Officials place it, mark it ready for play. And wind the clock. Smith comes back from the sideline, gets a play, but 2 backs. Rolling near side, wants to throw, throws the wheel route down the sideline, caught.
What a catch.
And fighting ahead for first down yardage. Down near the 10-yard line is 88, Ryan DiBernardo. Good pitch and catch there,
That
Joe.
was. He went up and high-pointed the ball. That was very nice.
That'll
Nicely done.
move the sticks yet again.
Is he a 7th or 8th grader?
DiBernardo, he's a 7th grader.
Wow. He's got one thing you can't teach. He's got some decent height there.
Yeah. He and Shawver are both 7th graders. Smith again rolling near side, tosses it. That's Shawver. Shawver makes a couple guys miss, get spinning inside the 5, down
Very
near
close.
the 2.
Yep. Good eye there.
It'd be 2nd and goal. Longfellow looks to get back in. Smith takes it the other way, toss, sweep, cutting it back, and getting caught up by the jersey was 36, Javon Williams.
Yeah, it looks like no gain.
No gain at all, going to be 3rd and goal. Obvious 4-down situation. Smith again, the high snap. Here's the high snap play. Shawver goes back and picks it up, and not
That's
successful.
Yeah.
Johnny on the spot for Southview.
Yeah, we got a timeout here too.
Timeout was that number 40? On the stop? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
I don't see a 40 leaving the field, so I'm going to guess it was 48, Justin Mercado. I saw a 4. Well, in any event, the ball comes back. I'm going to guess we're out about the 18 or 19-yard line.
Yeah, he
It's
lost quite a
4th
bit on that
and
play.
goal. And Joe, I started to mention how I like to see both these teams running the shotgun because the high school runs it on virtually every play. And the key thing is the snap there. And, you know, if you're going to be a center in the gun, you've got to learn to self-correct, I guess, when you see those bad snaps. And a lot of times what you have to remember is you get so into the block that you have to you know, bend the knees and get the snap back first. A lot of times if you see the center with his rear end up in the air, the snap ends up being a bit wild because they're not doing that. As I heard Dave McFarland correcting the varsity center this summer. So Longfellow, of course, will go for it. 4th and goal from about the 18. Bunch formation. There's another high snap. And falling on the ball right at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He had a nice drive, had it, I believe, is inside the 5, and only on a couple bad snaps to turn it over on downs.
Yeah, they lose 38 on those the combination of those 2 bad snaps. And now Southview's set up 1st and 10 from the 40, and instead of getting it back in, it's almost a must-stop series for the Longfellow defense.
Yeah. Yeah, if he were able to put that in, it'd come within 1 score. Right now it's 14-0. Nothing.
Teams switch lineups. Defense out for Longfellow. Offense for Southview. Snap back. Arona wants to throws it long. He's got a man, he just overthrew.
Yeah, he had beaten 3 defenders on that.
Yeah. That was number 24, and I'm sorry, guys, but there he is, DeJuan Townsend, who scored the 2nd touchdown. Was behind everybody, just an overthrow, but it used to be, Joe, that you'd never see a middle school team throw the ball.
Right, yeah.
Unless, you know, they were behind by a lot. Of course, we saw that different last year as Johnny Wilson was a bit of an aerial circus. And now seeing these teams mix up the pass and the run under center. Give straight ahead to the up man. That's Townsend. Townsend's going to go. Townsend, when he's done, is going to have 60 yards on the ground.
and to the house.
Absolutely. So Southview again scoring on every possession. Has a 20 lead. They'll look for 22 here on the extra point.
And Southview really mixing it up today, too. Good to see that.
That was the wide receiver that went out for the deep pass the last play, Joe.
Yeah, right, yeah.
They brought him in and handed him the ball. Arona. Straight back, wants to throw, rolling. Now he's gonna, there's a flag on the play as Arona goes in to the corner for the 2. But the flag is in the backfield where it usually is something on the offense. Motion against Southview. That'll move it back to the 8 for the try. So the referee marches off the 5 back to the 8. Southview up to the line. Now I think that was a run pass option there. Got a single running back, 2 to the left. Receivers. Snap is back, Arona. Now he rolls again. Now he brings it back to his right. Looking to throw, kept the play alive and got it.
Wow, very nice. Very patient.
Very nice. No flags?
It's good.
There is a flag.
There is a flag.
I think it was holding. So now the ball goes back to the 18. And it'll be still an untimed play. Snap back, Arona rolling to the near side now, launches it downfield. He's got a man, off the hands of Kevin Jackson and incomplete. So.
And I don't see any flags, so I think that'll do it there.
That will do it. Middle of the second quarter, Southview on top, 20-0. Longfellow will put it in play once again from their 35. As the teams get set, you can hear, I would imagine, the wind pick up a little bit. And it's very comfortable out here.
Yeah, breeze feels very nice. Very nice for early October.
Yes. I wish the Indians these kind of days for their playoff games at home.
No, definitely. See, the Cubbies got knocked off in 13 last night.
I saw somebody said something today, well, we got rid of one pinstripe team, now can we get rid of the other one tonight?
That's right.
Of course, referring to the Yankees. So Longfellow again to put it in play. Brandon Smith has a running back to each side, but he wants to throw, and he throws it short to a receiver that goes to the ground, but doesn't come up with it, trapped it against his body, number 9, Armando Rivera. So it'll go back to the 35 and be 2nd and 10. Snap back, going to throw again. Same play goes to the deep man, knocked down.
Number
The
32.
The receiver, 33, Brian Thomas, played defense and knocked it away from Santino Humphrey, who had the better shot at the football. 3rd and 10. Snap, dribbles back, pass away, jump ball intercepted. 80, still alive, down. 81, 7th grader Dominic Correa picked that off on the tip drill and setting up Southview again in great field position. They already are ahead 20-0. Joe, can you tell about where that's at?
20-yard line.
Is it the 20? Okay.
Yes.
Very alert by the defender, Correa, and did a nice job. And he got a heck of a block there.
Oh, he did.
On the return. So it's 1st and 10 right at the 20. Turn, toss, sweep near side. Very patient. Now making a move ahead for Raphael Hagler. Ryan DiBernardo on the tackle. Doesn't look like he got much at all. No gain and 2nd and 10. Arona under center now, turns, rolls. This is the play they tried for the extra point. He's got a lot of open spaces. He got enough to get to the corner?
He does.
He's in. So, set up by the interception. Southview goes 20 yards in 2 plays, all of it on the second one on a 20-yard run. And it's 26-0. And boy, Joe, you look back to that 1st and goal that Longfellow had to make it, to make it a 14-6 or 14-8 game, and where we've gotten since then.
Right, could have brought it within 1, and now it's 4 scores.
And it only seems like 7 years ago. Arona under center. 2 receivers to each side. Turns, whistle.
Here's
There's
where we had
motion
last time.
Yeah. Here, we had 2 penalties on the try last time. We ended up at the 18-yard line. We'll go back to the 8 on the illegal motion. There was middle school football, Joe. I don't know if you got that on camera. The young man from Southview doing a somersault back into the huddle.
Yeah.
Looks like an I formation. Chauver in front. Toss to 39. He's got the corner. He's going to get in. 39, Kevin Jackson takes the toss and runs it in. And just like that, it's 28-0.
Yes, everything going right for Southview this afternoon.
And now, Joe, one thing I do not know. I know if we were doing a high school game at 28-0, we'd start to think about running clock.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know in the middle school.
You wouldn't think, but...
Yeah. Because I believe they play 8-minute quarters to begin with.
So we're panning the crowd here. We got a great crowd.
Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful day.
Got a lot of strange looks early on here.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys doing here?
Joe, I look over to my right and I see the truck loading up the debris from the demolition of Southview High School, and my heart pains me a little bit.
Right.
If you haven't been out this way, they're down to basically the gym auditorium boiler room part of the building is what's left.
Yeah, a lot of good years, a lot of memories there for a lot of people. All right, we'll see if we can get some offense generated here by Longfellow.
Absolutely. Brandon Smith pitches it. There's a flag behind the play as the runner gets the corner and gets out across the 50. Depending on the flag, it'll be a first down. It's a procedure penalty against Longfellow.
Yeah, so it's coming back.
It's going to come back. Instead of 1st and 10 across the 50, it'll be 1st and 15 at the 30.
That's nice. The official was telling the young man what he was doing wrong there.
There can't be a lot of time left in the second quarter. I saw the official checking his clock between plays, but we don't get an indication. Snap back. Long pass. Knocked away.
Yeah, it could have been intercepted again.
Several receivers down there in the area, including Brian Thomas, 33, and 83, Senard Henry. 3rd and 15, right?
Yes.
Of course, the clock stops on these incomplete passes.
The down marker says 2nd, but I'm pretty
sure it's 3rd.
Yes.
We've had 2.
Right.
There's the sweep. Ahead for a little bit before he's pushed down / out. I think that was Williams. It was. Javon Williams picks up a healthy gain. Now, you know what, Joe? The down was correct because the first down play was called back and the penalty gave him the down over. So it is 3rd down and about 5 or 6.
All right, waning moments here in the second quarter.
Yeah. Toss sweep near side. Shawver bounces around 1, tries to outrun somebody to the corner, and coming back to rudely toss him down on a nice tackle.
And that's it, Jay.
That is the end of the quarter. Jelon Delane made the play to end the second quarter. So we've played 2 here at Southview. And Southview leads Longfellow 28-0 in their quest for a city championship.
We'll be
back we'll be back with more after this timeout.
The Warriors to Work program makes it possible for wounded warriors and their families to build new lives together.
When my dad left, I was like this big, but now I'm like this big. My dad got a master's degree in human resources.
Thanks to Warriors to Work that my dad has a terrific job.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps him by, giving him another start.
Now that my dad's home, I get a lot more hugs.
I'm really proud of him.
Find out more about Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home, the brave.
Evidently, a few seconds left on the clock for Longfellow. 4th down and about 5 at the 40. Toss to Shawver. Shawver's got the corner. Shawver looks like he has a first down. Yep, they're moving the sticks. The official just yelled to the sideline how much time was left. Set to go. Of course, it stops. Downfield throw off the hands of a wide receiver, Thomas. Incomplete, and that will stop the clock yet again. 2nd and 10. Right about the 48-yard line of Longfellow. Snap back, rolling, wanting to come back, tosses it to the running back now. Flag down as Williams gets it ahead and out of bounds across the 50 at least. But let's check the flag, and I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't men downfield. Oh, it's a face mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a first down.
It's a big one. From the spot of the foul, it takes it across the 50, down to inside the 35 to the 32, where it will be 1st and 10 for Longfellow, needing to make something happen here in the waning minutes of the second quarter. They trail 28-0. Snap back. It's a backwards pass. He didn't catch it. Covered and ruled incomplete. Joe, I think we had a better look at it than they did.
Yeah, that was a backward pass. That was a.
So it'll be.
That was a live ball, but.
Now that's the end of the half.
Okay. All right.
Now we've played 2 at Southview. Southview 28 and Longfellow nothing. Back with more after this.
Stop. Whether it's on the way to school, at school, or online, bullying has become a non-stop threat to our youth today. Is your child being bullied? The National Runaway Switchboard can help. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Sergeant Michelle Garcia served meritoriously in Iraq and has the medals to prove it. Soon after leaving the Navy, Lieutenant Chris Scott found a job, a home, and started a family of his own. Corpsman Richard Stokely took the skills he learned in Vietnam and put them to good use as a paramedic. But soon after leaving the military, each of these veterans fell on hard times and faced homelessness. Even after Michelle lost all her savings, even after Chris wasn't able to pay his mortgage, and even after Richard battled alcoholism for years, they each reached out for help when they needed it most. A simple phone call put them in touch with a trained professional from the Department of Veterans Affairs. That call got Michelle a place to stay until she could afford one of her own, put Chris in touch with employment assistance, and found Richard a substance abuse program. These veterans are success stories not only for how they were able to help others while serving their country, but for how they were able to let others help them. If you know of or are a veteran in need, make the call.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
To start the third quarter, Southview will have the ball and a 28-point lead. Under center, quick hitter straight ahead to the up man. That is 25, Arzell Nash, who gets ahead for about 8. Second down, and we'll call it a 2. Nash just got done tying his shoe and goes into the huddle, joined by a player from the sideline, no doubt with a play.
Boy, Jay, the wind has really picked up here.
It feels good other than the fact that it's blowing in the mics.
That's right.
Southview up to the line. Lorenzo Orona, the quarterback. He's got new personnel in now. He's trying to get them set. Dominic Correa is behind him. Straight back, Orona wants to throw. Pulls it down now. It's a quarterback draw. First down and more. Makes a cut to the outside. He's got the corner down inside the 30. Just a couple to beat as he zigs and zags, and he's pulled down at about what looks to be the 15, 18-yard line, Joe?
Yes.
Okay, now is there a flag? There is one on the far side of the field.
Coming back.
And it's a procedure call. Actually, there's one from each side of the field, so.
All for naught.
Yep. Looks good on the video.
Was a nice run. He picked his way through the defenders and had a nice gain. Unfortunately, it's all coming back.
Well, the other thing he did really well is he sold everybody on the pass. Because it looked to be a called quarterback draw. So instead of 1st and 10 inside the 20, it's going to be 2nd and 7. Back at about the 38 of Southview.
Nice job with the young men on the chain gang today.
Yeah. Of course, points not the issue right now for Southview. They would just as soon the clock kept running and get on out of here. They're up 28-0. Orona wanting to throw. Now he pulls it down this time. Cuts it to the near side, flips it back. And reversing field is Correa, but he suffered a loss. That was a lateral.
It's pretty exciting there for a few moments.
Yeah. Little sandlot broke out there with a 28-point lead. If you talk to Coach Burge, I'm sure he would say that's the last thing he wants is to be flipping the ball all over the field. So now it's 3rd and 12.
Yeah, about a loss of 5 on that last play.
Southview has scored every time they've had the ball, Joe, up to now. Now Orona will go under center. Sweep to the near side. Humphrey gets the corner, beats one man to the corner. Hog-tied and thrown down out of bounds. Got about half of what he needed. It's going to be 4th and
manageable.
Yeah, about 6.
And that opens up the playbook quite a bit.
If in fact they decide to go for it. They may kick it away. They're in shotgun formation, or tight and punt formation, if you will. Snap back, Orona under pressure, loses the football. And it's right there going to belong to Longfellow no matter who recovers it, because it was 4th down. So they're going to spot it and give it to Longfellow. Among those in on that, I can't find his name, number 64. I'm sorry, fella. So Longfellow will take over about the 25.
27.
27, okay. Yep. Now
looks like a timeout, maybe?
Timeout, yeah. Looks like both teams go to the benches for a timeout.
We'll take one as well.
Okay, Joe, back with more after this.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Back here at Southview High School, Longfellow in with the 27. Bad snap picked up, and taking off around the left end is Brian Thomas. I'll have to wait for the spot to see if there's any gain. Wind really starting to whip a little bit now. Gain of a couple, 2nd down and 8 at the 25. Snap back, toss sweep. Thomas tosses it out to Shawver. Shawver hit Jalon Delane with another good tackle on that toss sweep. And Shawver stays down. Don't want to speculate, Joe, so while they tend to the injured player, let's take a break and we'll be back with more after this timeout.
Our little superhero looks pretty happy.
Yes, he does. I've been teaching him that eating healthy will make him grow up strong. It's so important that we both encourage him to eat healthy and exercise regularly, and that we live that way in front of him. You know, it's never too early to start.
I wish I'd eaten healthier when I was his age.
Yeah, maybe if you had, you would have developed some special powers also.
92% of kids and teens have a poor diet, but you can change that. Teach your kids the importance of healthy eating in a language they can understand.
The injured player was Dominic Shawver. He walks off under his own power there after being shaken up. So Longfellow has the ball now, 3rd and 8 at the 25 of Southview as they look to get on the board. Straight back hit in the backfield, nowhere to go for Thomas, and he's taken down on a sack. 60, Julius Manning. 44, Jalon Delane. And 48, Justin Mercado combined to make the play. Now we'll have a timeout for Longfellow as they realize that scoring opportunities have been a little bit tough and look to capitalize on this one. They were inside the 5 in the first half, Joe, but then back-to-back bad snaps turned it over on downs at the 40.
Yeah, they were knocking on the door and, lost quite a bit of yardage. So
now this is 4th down and about 13 at the 30, let's say. And they'll have to come up with something special. Big plays have been at a premium for Longfellow. Joe, you're up a little higher than I am. Can you get a shot of the old building down there for the people of South Lorain that'll bring a tear to some of their eyes?
Yeah.
As work has ceased for the day, but all that's left of the old high school is the gym and auditorium building and a big pile of rubble where the academic wing and most of the vocational wing stood. Longfellow back on the field now.
Built in 1969, served a lot of people well for many, many years.
Yes, it did. Fond memories. Snap back. Thomas running, not going to get there. It'll be a turnover on downs. Manning again in there among the Titans for Southview. Another injured player for Longfellow. As the ball turns over on downs, that'll stop the clock.
And we'll step away as well.
Okay, back with more after this.
In an instant, life can change.
Hi, I'm veteran J.R. Martinez. If you've been hurt or disabled due to your service, the last thing you need to do is hurry up and wait for a VA claims decision. Make sure you file an electronic, fully developed claim or e-claim for disability compensation on e-benefits. It's the fastest and easiest way to get a claims decision. Learn more at ebenefits.va.gov. E-claims and e-benefits, online VA claims made simple.
Southview with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 35-ish. Straight ahead give and not much there. That's the middle of the Titan defense. Saying hello to 25, Arzell Nash, 7th grade running back for Southview. Gained a couple. Southview 28, Longfellow nothing. All the Titans for Southview really want to do is run the clock.
Stay healthy.
Yep.
Go home. And the D, I know the D I'm sure would like a shutout.
Late in the 3rd quarter, I would think. Well, you know, Joe, what I've seen is that both coaches have substituted liberally between 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah, and that's a good thing.
And that is a good thing. Now, Arona trying to get everybody where they belong, has 2 receivers, and there's a timeout for Southview. And that's one of the things that happen when you do that with the substitution is you get people in places that they're not used to being, and you've got the time constraints and save yards by using timeout.
And we'll keep it right here.
So Southview Middle School, of course, behind us has replaced the old Whittier building on Seneca Avenue as South Lorain's middle school. And the community desired to keep the name Southview as the high school closed and is being torn down. So the Southview name lives on, as you said, Joe, the 1969 construction. And one of the things that people always ask about from the old Southview building is the floor mural of Apollo 11 orbiting the Earth and coming back to land, because that event happened in July of 1969, and there was 2 big murals in the floor in the terrazzo, one by the main entrance and one by the gym entrance, and they did take one of those.
Took the one by the gym?
And moved it to the cafeteria at the new Lorain High School to preserve a little bit of that tradition. Also preserved over there is the school crest outside the auditorium at the old Admiral King High School. Arona on a sweep, cuts it ahead, gets a few, runs a couple over, and rolls forward near a 1st down. He finished that run very nicely.
Yeah, 3rd and like 2.
Third and a couple. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. So we've played 3 here at Southview. Southview 28, Longfellow nothing. Back with 4th quarter action after this timeout.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state. A major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily.
Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State.
Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
Back here at Southview Middle School, the Titans of Southview 28 over the Longfellow Titans nothing to begin 4th quarter action. 3rd and 3, and Joe Bach's going to bring you right into the trenches on this one for the snap. Turn. Give is straight ahead and picking up a 1st down and more. That looked like Nash. Out to just across the 45, where they'll move. They're going to spot it right on the 45, move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Southview. Joe, Southview scored the first 4 times they had the ball today.
Wow.
And really took a lot of the excitement and tension out of this game. It was 14-0 at the end of 1. Longfellow drove down and had it 2nd and goal inside the 5, but a couple of bad snaps turned the ball over at the 40 without them getting a chance to run a play. Arona now rolling to the near side, pulls it down. He's got 5, he's got 10, and another first down. Javon Williams went down low to make the tackle, but there's appears to be a flag.
Yes.
There it is. I'm used to the AstroTurf now, Joe, where we can see it.
At the 43, we have a flag.
So
most likely holding, but we'll see.
It's being marched back to the 34-yard line. So 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Didn't see an indication, but that would lead me to believe 10 yards would be a holding penalty.
Yep. So instead of a 1st and 10, it's a 1st and 21.
Yeah, you were talking just a second ago, Jay, about 14-0, and Longfellow drove down, and I think after that, after they turned the ball over, they just kind of deflated.
Yeah, the wind was out of the sails for sure. Snap back, Arona pitches on the option, a double dribble there, but the back picked it up.
Nice pursuit by Longfellow.
I didn't get a number of the runner. I'm going to guess it's 81, Dominic Correa, the little guy that had the interception in the first half that led to the 4th score of the game. And it was. Nash is next to Arona alone in the backfield now on 2nd and 21. Arona wants to throw, gets a block from Nash, rolls, pulls it down, gets caught from behind and sacked on a nice tackle by number 84, who I will apologize to right now because I don't have a name for him.
Oh.
So I'm sorry for that, but now there's another flag on the play. That one looks like a holding penalty, and it's declined. So they'll take the loss on the sack. And it's going to bring up 4th down. That's why they took the play. So Southview's got 4th and 20 a lot as they try to hold on to the ball. Arona getting people where he needs them. He's going to go under center. Nash is behind him. Turn, rolls. He's just going to keep it. Beats the outside, gets a few. He's out across the 40, across the 50, out near the 50 before he goes out of bounds.
He's got a first down.
No, that's the wrong end of the stick.
That's right, okay.
So he gained about 15.
Yeah, it was. That's right. It was 4th and forever. Now it's a first down the other way.
Yeah, it is a 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line of Southview. Longfellow will take over.
All right, let's see if Longfellow can put something together here. And
as you say, Joe, we're impartial, but I'd sure like to see Longfellow stick one in the end zone.
I would as well.
It's 28-0. Middle of the 4th quarter. Because without a clock, what it seems to me is that each team's getting the ball twice a quarter, Joe. And this is Longfellow's 2nd possession. So we'll see where we go here. Brandon Smith, the quarterback, tosses it near side, and breaking tackle in the backfield. Break one tackle in the backfield is Noah Bates, 41, but he got finished off by a whole slew of Southview defenders.
Loss of about 5 on that play.
Denzel Williams, 71 among them. So that takes the ball back across the 50, where it's going to bring up second. Yeah, and it looks to be 16.
6. Yep.
Told you that was a skinny cloud, Joe. Sun's back out. Smith gives straight ahead. Back to the line, and not much more for Javon Williams. Did he fumble? Yeah, what? He did fumble, and it was recovered by
44.
44, Jalon Delane, who's been the defensive man of the day for Southview. It's only fitting that he come up with that turnover. So Southview turns it over just inside the 50 at about the 47. Let's see. Okay, we've got chain tanglage is what we've got.
Yeah, about 46.
Okay.
Yep.
So first down there. Arona in the gun. Gets him down low, snap, he picks it up. He wants to throw, now he wants to run. Flips it out here to Correa. Correa stays in bounds, gets about 6 or 7 to keep the clock moving. So it's going to give him
8.
Give him 8, yeah. 2nd and 2. And as we've said, Southview in no hurry. Demetrius, no, that's not. That's 49. I'd like to credit the snapper. Tyler Fogo with the snap. Pass behind everyone is the receiver. He breaks tackle. He's going to score.
Very nice.
And that's 71, Denzel Williams. Just called his name on defense. Now he gets the score that'll put the icing on the cake for Southview. From about 40 yards. And that makes it 34, looking for 36 for the Titans. And I don't think there's much doubt anymore, Joe, that when you look back at this season, that Southview is going to have the best football team in the city of Lorain.
Yeah, the mythical city champions.
Arona.
Right here.
It's a direct snap. Whoop. And getting to the corner and scooting in.
Nice job.
Really nice job. Dancing is Raphael Hagler, 21. So it is 36 zip.
Now that's the icing.
Yep. That may be sprinkles. 36-0. And, you know, the saying, leave no doubt. Southview has done that today as they have, from their opening possession when they scored, from a 51-yard run to go up. They scored 2 now via the pass and 3 on the run. They've scored all kinds of different ways.
Right.
They've intercepted a pass from Longfellow. That score was set up by a turnover.
That's what's been really impressive. They've scored many different ways,
right.
and they've done a lot of different things, and that's really good. It's good to be. A lot of teams are good at the pass, are good at the run, but they've mixed it up today.
for Longfellow now, it looks like Armando Rivera is in at quarter. No, that's still Smith. And he is hit behind the line. Once again, Delane is there. He's just coming up and getting a flying start and picking his way through the interference there, Joe, and he's able to get to the ball carrier in the backfield. Now he's going to come out. He deserves a break. 2nd and 12. Waning minutes of the fourth quarter. Now there's a whistle. And that looks like it might do it. When we said waning minutes, we meant seconds. So, that's it, Joe.
All right.
The city champions, Southview Titans, for the first time in their school's history. And they did it in convincing fashion, 36-0 over Longfellow.
Well, thanks for coming out, Jay. Didn't know what to expect when you schedule these things. You look over the schedule, and it's like they're not at George Daniel, so we'll try to give them some coverage in the field. And the weather cooperated. It was a beautiful day, and, I'm pretty happy.
It was. And so for my partner, Joe Bach, this is Jay Ferguson reminding everybody it is a great time to be a Titan.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.